Quickly, everyone! Hitch up!
I don't want to criticize Chief, but he will have given the orders. Hitch up first and to the ski second. That is how I see it.
I'll determine not. The direction north is unfortunately 100 degrees. No! Yes! Behind us. One by one. Left, stop!
I don't want to look like a complainer, but I will have determined not for anything else.
Polar expedition! In order! Chief Garel Jama!
Chief, one factual note. May I? Does it really matter that there is a road and a rail tracks road over there?
I knew that. Take off your skis.
I look like I'm always criticizing. But I will have first of all,
I know.
Polar expedition! In order! Chief Karel German! Here! The team of Karel Fristansky!
Here!
Teacher's aide Vaslav Pashka!
Here!
Pharmacist Grege Soha!
here.
Direction! The icy North Pole! Forward! March!
As a teacher, it naturally occurred to me to keep a diary of our polar expedition. Let me read you the first 37 pages. Chapter 1. The birth of this great project. The pharmacist, Shoha, brought the idea to conquer the North Pole last Tuesday when he presented it in our company of top men. All of us were enthusiastic about the proposal, but nobody wanted to participate in the expedition, mostly for family reasons. In the end, just 3 brave men were found. Karel Jama, the chief of the company, Varel Frištensky, an ice maker in the brandy brewery, and me, Václav Poska, all bachelors, without family reasons. The date of the departure was set for December 9, 1908. In the morning, we were still training on the drift ice of the Vietava by the National Theatre. And at 1 o'clock, the train carried us to the second platform of the Franz Joseph station onto Point North. A shadow, however, fell on the celebratory mood of our departure. That day was Brother Yanok's funeral, so Prague bid us farewell without music, because the band that was scheduled to play at the station had to play at the funeral instead. Actually, only Frištensky's cousin, Gustav, accompanied us. The world champion in Greco-Roman wrestling, who beat Shishim in Germany, defeated a pig at home and brought a bountiful pig into the train. However, since I'm already on the subject of the Frištenskys, I can't silence one word. We included Varel Frištensky on account of his strength, although he replaces 8 to 10 sled dogs. But I wonder if his mental capacity is sufficient for the strenuous work of the polar exploration. In the meantime, he acted as if we were going on an afternoon trip to Prubonici, only an hour out of Prague. He kept asking if we are there yet. He promised all the passengers that he was going to send them a postcard from the pole. And out of all of us, he's the only one who most look forward to the snowballs fights we are going to have in the Great White North. Often, when I listen to him speak, it occurs to me that we should have taken dogs instead. On the journey to the northernmost Siberian station, to the coast of the Arctic Ocean, nothing extraordinary happened. So I'll only read you the chapter titles. Chapter 5, a celebration on crossing the 70th parallel. Chapter 6, both of Friszewski's legs freeze. Chapter 7, we return. Chapter 8, the Maligara learns a lesson. Chapter 9, woes. Chapter 10, we lose our compass. Chapter 12, chapter 11, we get lost in the fog. Chapter 12, a tour of St. Petersburg's Hermitage. Chapter 13, another crossing of the 70th parallel. Chapter 14, Friszewski fakes appendicitis. Chapter 15, a successful operation. Chapter 16, Friszewski fakes post-operative weakness. Chapter 17, who will not recuperate? Chapter 18, finally, the sea. Imagine this. I am reading here that every school in Austria is required to have baths. Will they have showers or saunas?
It's comfortable drifting, but we are hardly moving at all.
Oh, this was written by Professor Grushka. Oh, those were some ideas.
Well, why not? Hygiene is important in schools too.
But I don't get the point. Maths. That is what every school needs. But I read it here as baths. Well, that's it. That's the truth. They don't even have to write it. Everybody knows it already.
Look here, I don't understand this either. If we were moving, then we should be bouncing up and down. Or at least, bumping along. Or we'll feel the air through our hair. And the countryside should be disappearing behind us. Don't even try to explain it.
That Varel is like a 7-year-old child. Oh, Basla, please, as a teacher's aide, you should be able to explain it to him.
Chief, I don't think that here in the north, we have to address each other with our full titles. It is okay if you just call me teacher.
Fine, just explain it to Varel.
Varel, this shell of ice we are sitting on is moving to the north with the ocean currents. Scientists call it drift. We didn't just make that up. It is written up in journals. That's why nothing is bumping up and down or disappeared behind us. Look, everything here, the pharmacies, the bags, the snow, the ice, everything is drifted to the north.
And me?
You are drifting too!
So, according to you, I am sitting here. I am not doing anything. And I'm drifting. Is that right?
Correct! Finally, he's learning something.
I have never done anything like that before in my life. No one will never make me do it.
Václav, how much longer are we going to keep drifting?
10, 11 days.
I don't envy you that.
That's the truth. Friends, I don't know what's with me, but I would like nothing better than to turn around and drift back to our country. Home, to Prague, to Podoli, to the drugstore. To hell I am sad.
And here it is, glue.
You see, if we had a ball, we would just toss it around and everyone would be happy again.
Chief, we don't need to worry about that. I'll sing the song I compose for occasions like this. You all listen closely, and then we'll learn it, and you sing along with me. The dark polar nights brings a strange fright. A gloom descends on all. The Germans and the Brits, the Goys and the Geeks, to their knees quickly fall. Even the strong Japanese can bear the deadly freeze. Only a single nation stays alive. Through the horrors they survive. There where the wolf howls, there where the caribou frowns, the mighty Czechs remain past, the mighty Czechs remain past. That's the whole thing. And now, repeat after me, children. That is to say, repeat after me, friends. The dark polar nights brings us.
Hey, Vashek, how about putting something else on?
But why? This one is for glue.
Leave me alone, I don't have any glue. Maybe press, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. That one is pretty. Or the other one. Jingle bell, jingle bell. It's pretty too. Oh, give me a bone.
Fine. Whoever doesn't want to sing it doesn't have to. But we others will sing it now with spirit. Now, these are the words. The dark polar nights,
The dark polar night
brings a strange fright.
brings a strange fright.
A gloom descends on all.
A gloom descends on all.
The Germans and the
Man, Vashek! I was okay to begin with, and after that song of yours, I feel like nothing.
Same for me. I have got it especially hard. I keep having these gloomy thoughts, and it keeps racing through my head that I am on my way to the druggist Bolshek's house for a game of chess. Just like every Wednesday, I ring the doorbell. Ding dong! And the landlady opens the door for me. And I ask, is the druggist Bolshek at home? And the landlady shakes her head and says, he isn't. So I tell her I'll walk around for a park. I park for a while, and perhaps I might have come back by the time I return. I return in about half an hour, and I ring the doorbell again. And the landlady still saying he hasn't returned. Tell me, is this normal? He knows I come every Wednesdays for the game of chess, and he lets me walk all the way from Podoli to Cimrmanovo. In the rain, I forgot to tell you that, and he's not home. If he had left a message.
He was hiding somewhere, right? He was off shooting the bridge somewhere, right?
Bauchek isn't home. The thoughts I have, I wouldn't wish on you.
Only the single nation stays alive.
This all kind of drop it. We're dealing with important issues here. 9 times in a row I was elected head of the company. And now, after the new year, like always a plenary session, I am present, nominated, and unelected. Not one of you sitting here raise the hand for me.
But Scarell, those are just gloomy thoughts. The 10th plenary section hasn't taken place yet. How could we have elected you?
I won't forgive you. You were all staring at the ground, so you wouldn't have to look me in the eye. And I led you all the way to the Arctic Circle. Oh, this is what I get after
Yeah.
Pharmacist Voidage Shoha.
Here.
Teacher's aide Vaslav Poshka.
Mezi.
Where did he go?
You took these things and went north.
The fool! He wants to conquer the pole in this weather. As cold as a witch state. Can you believe it? But because we're suffering from gloom, we can't leave one lunatic to die.
I don't want to be the one to say this, but there are times when optimists need to be hung.
Right.
Look here. Aren't you going to wait a minute? Maybe he just went to take a pee.
Pee for a minute and you'll be peeing far away. Come on after me. Off we go. Home.
Frishtansky! You are such an ass! Didn't you see it was just a joke? A comedy sketch? I've been stitching this the whole week. And now you have to stitch me up.
Sorry, Vaslav. I couldn't have known. I see a bird, so I shoot.
Don't be angry, Vaslav. But you didn't think it through well enough. If you're dressed like a monkey, then maybe we'll know it's a joke. But a penguin, it fooled me, let alone someone as primitive as Frishtansky.
Well, thanks for starting up for me, Chief.
It could have been so much fun. And now I'm in a rotten mood.
Hooray! I'm so happy. I welcome you, Vaslav, to the ranks of the gloomy. We are now at full strength. We can hit the road.
The former polar expedition! Behind me in order, Chief Guerrero German, here! Teacher's aide, Vaslav Poshka!
Here.
Behind me in order! Pharmacist Voidage Shoha!
Here.
The team of Varan Frishtansky!
Here.
You hear that?
Wow.
Wow!
Whoa.
Beautiful!
Oh, amazing. Whoa. Oh. Oh.
Interesting.
Amazing.
Those were some experience, friends. We are nearly at the 86th parallel. That's almost the pole itself. I'm personally full of optimism. What about you, Oje?
Me too. I'm a completely new man. To the pole, comrades, on to new experiences.
That was beautiful. But I would like to see it a second time.
Yes. What about you? You're so quiet.
We'll go north. There can be no controversy about that. But first, we have to set our house in order. Which is why I have to ask, who was it who sowed the seeds of doubt in our midst? Who wanted to turn us 180 degrees around? Who here called out to Prague, to Podoli, to the drugstore, to... Who here?
Forgive me, Chief.
Who here, by the way, spoke about the execution of optimists?
Things just got away from me, Karel. I pulled the sled with Varel.
And for 2 days you won't have anything to eat. Everybody, behind me in order. Diagonally towards the flag bearer. About face right. Forward, march.
Bad luck has been dogging us for the past week. The pharmacist lost his footing and slipped a disc. The chief caught a cold. And my gallbladder started acting up. Frischtensky lost his dog collar. At first, my songs for hard times succeeded in driving away our tribulations. But now it seems it has lost its effectiveness on us. Whenever I try to hum it to myself, one of my friends tries to cheat me. I almost forgot one disagreeable circumstance that has been plaguing our journey. We don't have anything to eat. At 86 degrees, 54-minute north latitude, the chief called an important meeting.
Gentlemen, starvation is threatening us. I spent the whole night thinking this over, and I see only one way out. I propose that we eat the dogs.
The dogs?
But we don't have any dog. Aha! Now I understand.
What dogs do you mean?
It is a sad day when a man has to raise his hands against his faithful companion. But really, what other choice do we have?
Perhaps it would be best not to eat them all at once. Eat them in parts, you know, so that the rest of the team will pull.
What are you babbling here about? Maybe you've been seeing ghosts or something. Where do you see any dogs around here?
I disagree. When you spend, you blow it all at once, and right away before they get any thinner.
They've all gone crazy. Gentlemen, pull yourselves together. We don't have any dogs. Remember? Well, originally you wanted to take dogs with you, but I persuaded you not to. Well, I was saying take a strong one like me instead. You pull a sled and take care of other dogs too. Remember how nicely I chopped up our skis? Well, unfortunately, that was the last bit of food we had. But, well, now I'm only good at pulling. But I still pull well. I'm still strong.
Yes, please, Frischtensky, I wouldn't put it off any longer.
Yeah, if we had dogs, you don't understand why we eat them. I've eaten dogs before, you know. It's not bad meat. When you've got me instead of dogs. Chief, what were you suggesting?
That we eat the dogs.
Even though we don't have any.
Yes, even though we don't have any.
All of you here, do you understand this?
Yes!
We understand.
But I don't. Perhaps it's for the best, Mariel. The pharmacist here will give you some pills. You will fall asleep.
Let's not talk about sleep yet. I sleep fine. But something just occurred to me. It's kind of stupid. It might hurt your feelings. Well, it seems like, can I say,
Spit it out, Frischtensky.
well, when you were saying we should eat the dogs, and there are no dogs around here. If you don't mean, you won't be offended. Well, it seems like you want to eat me. Is that right?
Well, yes.
You're not right that I said it.
You know we're not. Who could be angry at you? Especially at a time like this.
Chief, I think for the least some words of appreciation and gratitude would be appropriate. Dear friend, kind brother, in the name of the entire Czech expedition to the North Pole, I want to thank you for your courage, your dedication, and perseverance with which you have pulled us this far. You were a great friend to us all, and to all who knew you. I remember that day when you painted that bomb at the poorhouse. I can't. Please, somebody take it from me.
I would just like to say this. You were not just a good friend to us, but a good father, uncle, father-in-law. We will never forget you. You will always be with us for a while at this. That is,
Friends, I still think there's time for these speeches. We haven't reached the North Pole. Leave it until we get there. In the meantime, I was good, but I still might spoil.
Don't be afraid of that, friend. Here in the rugged north, nothing spoils.
But what kind of Czechs are we? At home, we fight. We quarrel. In short, we don't devour each other. But here, full of love. Well, we'll eat.
Yes, please, Presidency. Where's the axe? You've got with this for the last time.
Here.
Give it to me, son.
I can't watch this.
I can't either.
Neither can I. I have only watched him cut who won. That was enough for me.
No, not you, Barrel. You have to stay here.
Okay, give it to me. I'll chop them up myself. And if you can't watch, then remain here. Nice place. But when we got to the top of the big hill, we might feel sorry.
He was a pure, innocent soul.
He's a good man.
To the marrow. If I wasn't so hungry. Have you noticed that? As opposed as he is still meaty.
He might even be a little fatty.
Yesterday, as I was watching him pull the sled, he was well proportioned.
Those bulldogs of his. I could not resist. And when I was hitting him from his leg, I slapped them.
Gentlemen, the way he spoke about the Czech spirit, we shouldn't forget about the idea humanism just like that. You know, when I was holding that axe in my hands, I suddenly felt ashamed of us. Come on, let's let him freeze to death.
That's right. That's the truth. Yes.
Just so it doesn't take a long time, Chief.
The chief is over there. Why are you staring at me?
Sorry, I must be cross-eyed from hunger.
Well, that was the end of the sled. So now, I really don't know what good I'll be to you.
You warmed yourself up chopping wood, did you, brother?
Yeah, that's right.
Remove your cap. And your hand gloves.
You see, I could do it.
Yes. And on fastening your shirt collar, you will feel much better. Yes.
Remove your jackets too.
I don't want to overdo it. But then, it's not hot after all.
Don't you have holes in your shoes here, man?
Yes.
Take it off, let me have a look at them. Bring it. Quickly, quickly. Ah! You have holes in your shoes. It's better going barefoot than in shoes full of holes.
Are you sure? Do you think so? And do you know for sure? Oh, my feet are almost bleeding.
Miss Christansky, could you lend me your pants for a second?
Pants? But only for a second. Because these long johns are pretty thick.
Well, how is it now, son?
Well, I'll tell you. It's a little nippy. I can't wait until I tell people at home that I was standing half naked, just a little ways from the pool. But this big skin is keeping me warm.
He must be delirious. He has goosebumps and he seems they are poking him.
Perhaps the feeling of dog now makes it easier on him.
Frishtenski, are you aware of me?
Yeah, I hear everything.
And the big skin you were saying, you feel it all over your body and also on your legs?
No, just here on the side.
What do you have here? You've got a pork chop?
A chicken.
A chicken? How come you didn't tell us before? We're dying of hunger here. We nearly laid our hands on our best friend. And you have a chicken. You pig. A pig, you chicken.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Frishtenski. Fine!
What should I be ashamed of? I've been trying to tell you for a week. On Monday, the pharmacist said his stomach was rumbling. So I said, I've got a chicken here. And you, Chief, you yourself said, who cares? Grit your teeth and poo. On Tuesday, the teacher said he was ready to eat meals. So I said, I've still got this chicken. And you all turned me down again. On Wednesday, you were all groaning from hunger. So I said, I've still got this chicken. And what did you say? You remind yourself. One more word you said, I will knock you down in the diary as a coward.
Get dressed, you blockhead, and start a fire.
Here's your shoe.
Coward? Coward? I've got a Charlie horse and I'm not complaining.
As we come close closer to the pole, we are tormented with greater and greater cold. This morning, the temperature fell so low that we couldn't find the mercury on the thermometer. Only after 15 minutes of warming it with our breath did it rise to minus 50 degrees Celsius. This kind of cold is literally fatal for Central Europeans. So we kept breathing on the thermometer until it reached minus 42 degrees, which is warm enough to get by. It is in this kind of environment that a man's thoughts strays to warmth and comfort. The chief reminded us of the famous heat wave of 1888, when 3 lakes in his native Trebon evaporated into thin air. The pharmacist told us again about what not infrequently happened in the summer, between 2 and 4 in the afternoon. About that time of the day, the sun shone through his shop window that everyone in the drugstore was covered in sweat. I myself got the better part of them all with my story on how a school inspector by the name Cook once evaluated my class. Frichtensky decided to tell us a similar tale, but couldn't remember one. The following day, the temperature dropped so low that we couldn't drive the mercury out of the ball into the tube at all. Ooh. Wow. Woo-hoo. Ow.
Pot bellies are also good stoves. It takes a relatively long time to get them started, but they keep up heat for a good while.
Of course. Or an American stove. What is beautiful about them is you cannot only serve them with your hands, also with your eyes too. The way the fire shines attractively through the glass.
Even the cylinder stove will do. Gentlemen, I was once playing chess with the druggist voucher, and I baked him to a bright crimson. And the druggist voucher said, "But the stove is so small." And I said, "Well, they are the smallest stove you can buy." And the druggist says, "But it seems to me that the stove is getting smaller and smaller." So I look up and see that the legs of the stove, the white hot and upon the right to the floor.
Wow! Beautiful! When I get home, I'll put 4 stoves in my room. The ones we're talking about, and also an American stove.
Excuse me, I don't want to spoil your fun, but don't wear your chimney.
Well, one shouldn't skimp on chimneys. When I get home, I'll put a chimney in each corner. Ow! That was cold.
Gentlemen, when you get urged to visit another pool, don't count on me. I'm really disappointed with this tree. What is here? Ice? Snow? Icicles? Here's one as big as a pea.
Wait a moment, show me that. Do you know what you're kicking at? How can you do it again? Friends, come closer. I wouldn't want to be mistaken, but yes! Yes! Gentlemen, we are standing face to face with the American expedition of Professor Madonna This remarkable scientist and millionaire set up last year from the northern sea Greenland to the pole. And since then, there's been no news of him. He was a great polar explorer.
But why is he so small?
Because of the ice. Gentlemen, sit down. Not long ago, I was reading about Professor McDonald in the teacher's newsletter. As a 14-year-old, as a boy, Professor McDonald inherited an enormous fortune. But he decided to dedicate it all to science. He gave a voice to a beautiful sentiment of millionaires in Washington, D.C. Well, he said, I don't know if I quote you precisely, Professor. Science has to give to the poor and take from the rich. Or science has to give to the rich and take from the poor. Well, it's one of those. As a 14-year-old, Professor McDonald immersed himself into the study of biology. 8 years later, he emerged as the author of the world-famous monograph, Man and Co. He conducted countless and courageous experiments on his own body in order to determine how much freezing a human organism can withstand.
I see that the drop of him is overheating already.
It was no interest to us all that Professor McDonald paid a visit to our homeland, where he conducted an experiment in Castle Legnice. He brought together with him to the United States a Czech servant by the name Yiri Lam, who in his service attained the rank of Lieutenant of Biology. I just remember that the expedition of Professor McDonald had 2 members. Yes, that is to say, Lieutenant Lam should be somewhere here. He shouldn't have gotten lost. Gentlemen, get up. Aha! Lieutenant Lam!
This one is frozen solid too.
Gentlemen, I have a proposal. The fearless expedition of Professor McDonald deserves to conquer the North Pole, at least posthumously. In truth, it will be a great burden to us. After all, we are at the end of our own strength. But come on, let's make this sacrifice. We'll tie them together so Christianity will carry them better. Yes, please.
Today, the chief issued a ban on conversation on stoves, warm countries, down comforters, fevers, and other such things. The chief correctly judged that such thoughts are weakening us, and therefore issued a list of acceptable conversation themes for the next few days. Theme for Monday: the value of coal in the fight against infectious diseases. Tuesday: the winter beauty of window glass. Wednesday: skating anecdotes. Thursday: beers. Emphasize the advantages of the polar type. Friday: sleet, reflections. Saturday: frost, our friend Jack. As you see, there's really something to talk about. It is so interesting that our group, at one point so talkative, was reduced to silence by the published topics. After the chief fell asleep, I crawled into one blanket with Fishteski and Shaw. And then we talked about the fire in the National Theatre. A little more.